For those of us that love to worship, we all have different people that we love to listen to. And for me, that is Isaiah Templeton of Elevation Worship. Zeek, I'm so thrilled to have you on the Sami Cone Show today.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, can I just start out by saying one of the things that amazes me with artists like you that are true artists and also lead people to the Lord through music on Sunday. How do you do it? Like, how do you keep your balance and just stay focused on pouring into your relationship with the Lord so that you can really be in a spot where you can lead people?
I tell people all the time, leading worship is just the overflow of what you do at home. And so my dad always used to tell me, don't be a public success and a private failure. So whatever you do at home, let that just be a reflection of what they see on stage. And so everything that I do on stage is stuff that I'm leading myself in at home. So the way I scream on stage, I'm screaming at home too. I can't take people to a place that I've never been. So I practice getting to the presence of God and getting before him. And so I know how to lead people there.
That is, well, okay, mic drop, we could end there. You said something on Instagram recently, and you said, a life dedicated to pointing people to God who changed my life is what you, that's how you aspire to live. And
Absolutely.
You just said it, but I mean, can I just be real for a second? Because there's days that I don't feel like showing up in public, much less in my own private life. Where do you go? What well do you draw from? What brings you out of those deep, dark places into a place where you can say, I don't like it, God, but I trust you?
Yeah. Pastor Furtick actually said, so, and I'm paraphrasing because you can never say it just how he says it, but he said something one time, I don't praise God because life is good. I praise God because he is. And so the fact that he's unchanging, he's faithful, he's always the same good God. I can't switch up on him because life isn't the best. I have to, he deserves the praise that matches his goodness. So the Bible even says, great is the Lord and greatly to be praised. And one singer I heard one time, they said, let your praise always match your God. So if he's always good, his praise should always be good. If he's faithful, we should give him faithful praise. And David even said, I'll bless the Lord at all times.
Yes.
His praises will continually be in my mouth. So that's where I draw from, the fact that God is always good, even when life isn't.
That is good, and that is well said, my friend. I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about kind of where music is going right now, especially as it is Black History Month in February.
Yeah.
As a Black man, as a man of the church, are there some misnomers that you hope you get to be part of telling a different story, or are there things that you're proud of? I know you post about some of your own mentors on social media lately, some stories that you hope to continue.
Actually, yeah, I'll say that I hope to continue to carry the legacy of those singers that have definitely affected and mentored me from afar, not even knowing who I was, but just listening to their ministries inspired me so much. The Daryl Coleys, the James Moores, the Donnie McClurkins, Smokey Norfolk actually is my mentor in real life. And so singers like that, like they've inspired me so much. So just to continue to carry that mantle of what they've started and passed on, one day I'll be able to pass it on to some other young kid that's probably watching now. But I just want to continue to carry those legacies, those just a heart after God, a heart for people, and a heart broken before God so he can pour into it.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that. We don't have much time left, but I love that you said people that mentored you that didn't even know it. I had a mentor myself that said she had some of the greatest mentors because of books, right? And you have that through music. What advice would you give to someone that just feels maybe either unloved, unwanted, or just feels like, how can I ever get a chance to do what I love to do? What encouragement would you give to them that maybe encouraged you in your journey to where you are now?
What I'll share, I heard from a great singer, songwriter, worship leader, preacher, KJ Scriven. And he said when Jesus went to be baptized, it was before he had ever done a miracle. It was before he had ever raised the dead, before he had ever turned water into wine, before he had ever did any of that. God looked down on him and said, this is my son in whom I'm well pleased. And he said Jesus hadn't even done any of his miracles yet. He hadn't done anything to earn or gain that kind of honor from God. And he said, what you need to know is as you go forward in your ministry, that you should always operate from a place of you've already been affirmed by God.
Wow.
And you're not trying to get validation from people. And so just the one word of advice I would give to anybody watching me or looking up to me, if there is anybody, I would say, don't live for the validation of people, but live from the affirmation of God, because he already gave it to you. He already loves you. He already approves. He already has his stamp of approval on you. He's giving you grace. He's giving you mercy. He's giving you goodness.
Yes.
And so live from that place and not for.
Zeek, thank you for that. We've got to run. Go
Absolutely.
Follow him at Zeek Song. He's got some new projects coming out. Can't wait to see your live project, Zeek. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.